Of course, good afternoon. Not but one thing is that you have got so many opportunities to actually win the match. So, do you have any kind of regret for not winning the match? Certainly, that big margin only at the last it's the one or two.
Yeah, right. Well, according to the analysis of the game, in the first 2 minutes, it was very clear that Mohun Bagan was speculating and going with very high pressure and trying to exploit our build-ups, not allowing us to make combinations. But after 20 minutes, when the game tempo was reduced a little bit in terms of intensity, I think that slowly we were getting the possession, we were controlling the midfield, and we were doing the best openings. The first half was what in, as I say, going on in. And we know that the game of today was not 90 minutes and very long, and slowly we were going to come to the game. In the second half, it was only one-sided on the pitch. We created the most of the chances, the biggest chances. It's true that we exploited a lot of them, and one more time, I cannot be satisfied with the set pieces. Right now, if we don't concede that goal with Kerala, and if we don't concede that goal today, right now we will be champions. But winning a league is a marathon. We are in the position that we want to be. The most important today, I said the same last week, the most important today was not losing the game. We would be happy in this scenario to win the game and be closer to the title, but this is our plan. We are sure that on Thursday we are going to give our all, try to win the game, and finally celebrate with our friends.
Hi, Coach. Shan from ISL News. I would say so far, too close and then so far. We were very close, it now was very close in the 91st minute, conceding a goal. So I just want to understand from you, do you think this was a fair result, firstly? And my second question to you would be in the next match, who are the people who will be missing? Because I saw that Vipin got severely injured in the last part of the game, and I think Edmund got red card. So there are more casualties now added, 3 plus 5. What do you see? Any update on that?
Well, in the first part of the question, when you are asking about the result, fair result, in football there is never a fair result. So there are chances, and it's about converting the chances that you have. And one more time I say that when you need to plan again, you need to know how to create more openings at the moment. And I think that our plan was successful today, because if you count the number of chances, open chances, 1 against 1 with the goalkeeper, I think that by now we are the team shooting more, creating more openings on the wings, on the centers. It's true that they were deadly with the wingers and they tried the best, but if one team deserved to win the game, it was us. But football is not about itself, and football is not about itself. Football is about doing the right things. So the coach today is happy because my boys gave their all and they worked the best side. Regarding the injuries, Edmund is very unfortunate. A player that we are losing right now in the second half to change the game. Probably in the next game he will have possibilities because the team today he gives his all, same as Vishnu. We are in the last stage of the season. Our players is difficult to play with this level of intensity for 90 minutes, and we are in I think it's nothing bad as a dehydration because of the huge effort of it. But it's true that Edmund is an important player for us. We are not going to count on them, but 1 more week. We don't think in the problems, we don't think in the solutions.
After long days this year, at the last match decided who is the champion. As a coach of East Bengal, do you feel it's the good for Indian football?
I think that the game of today is fantastic. It's really a spectacle. Everybody on the pitch was showing excitement. 2 teams trying desperately to win. I think it was the best game of the ISL by large. Not only because of what happened on the pitch, yes, but because of the atmosphere, because of Kolkata football, because of the problems that all the clubs are facing this year. I think that today we gave enough reasons on the pitch to put football in India in a good position to rethink and see what happens this year. It's not fair what is happening with all the professionals of football. And I think that the game of today, we did our best to think that Indian football is alive. That is first. And second, what was the other one?
Sorry, this is good for Indian football.
For Asian football or for world football, I think today it was a world-class game. It was really, really a beautiful spectacle. And one more time, being inside is a lot of tension, but for the people that watch the game here and abroad, I think that today they saw a beautiful spectacle, a beautiful act.
Thank you.
Coach, I have a question that after so many days, you started with four-man defense lines. So how you rate your defense line, especially Anwar and Sibile?
We know that they have one sharp striker. McLaren is not a positional player. We were confident that with two players was going to be enough to contain the number 9. We wanted to play with those two backs to do the covers of their key players. Mohun Bagan for me have the key players on the wings. So the team and this today were playing higher in attack, but we were doing the first mark because we wanted our full backs to do the covers. You can say a line of 4, but you can also talk about the line of 6. So I always say that it's not important the formation, it's important how we make the relations, where we identify the problems that we might face. And if you see the work of my players, the work of the fullbacks, the work of our wingers in defense, it was fantastic. And the best thing is that in the transition moments in the attacks, they were still having energy to reach the final third. It's true that we were not accurate, that we should have a better decision in the last third before the moment of the goal, but there is work of this because now a draw is not going to be enough for us. You were mentioning before about the title. The title is open, and I think that 5 teams can win it. Yesterday we said the same. That is not only a thing of 2, now it's a thing of 5. But the reality is that we have an advantage. If we win our game, we will have the most chances to celebrate the ISL this year.
Should we
Hello. Before last match, in what areas you think you need to improve most?
Conversion. Conversion. Convert the chances that we have. And set pieces.
Hello, Coach. Coach, you could use it on games first. Do you think that it will make quite easy for the Mohun Bagan defense or quite relaxed for the use?
What are the characteristics of Mohun Bagan defense?
I said that
You're asking a question, and I'm asking you the question. What are the characteristics of Mohun Bagan defenders? They like positional players, and they don't like vertical players. So today we have a plan to try to give power to Mohun Bagan defenders, and it worked very well because we created a lot of vertical openings and they were suffering at the back. So I think that the plan was perfect, was correct. Joseph came in the moment that they were more tired. Joseph came in the moment that they have to use meta there, but unfortunately he did not score. But he will score.
I was Sobhaga from Outlook. So, did you have any thought about delaying the substitutions in the second half? You are happy with what happened in the first half and you thought that you could go a little longer?
The game was so open, I didn't feel any lack of energy, besides of vision. In the last 30 minutes, he was showing some signs that it was difficult to give the help on their side. They were starting to attack the side, Robson was coming, they based more the game on the wings. So besides the change of vision and Anto, that were the players that probably did more effort in our present triggers, in the moments of pressure, activating the pressure, I think that all our players finished the game quite tired. From a physical point of view, it's true that David was ready to come, Nanda was ready, Lunga was ready, we were having very good options on the bench. I agree with this, but I think that the game of today didn't need a lot of changes because we were continuing, we were the side, we were attacking continuously, so I didn't feel any need to do any more substitutions in the second half.
Yeah, last question.
Coach Sujit from BTV here. How do you define your goalkeeper performance in this performance? Because the last save that he made, who can save? How do you define that? Let's see.
Jill is a guy that he needs a lot of support. He works, he likes to have confidence. He was growing in the game. You saw in the first half, he had some issues with the kicks. It wasn't very well defined where to play the kicks, the long kicks. But we gave him confidence in the half time. We gave him some instruction to play more diagonal balls in the long ones. And I think that slowly he was growing his confidence. And in the second half, not only in the last save, but also in the areas today, he was looking very good. So I'm very satisfied with the performance of him.
Hi coach, this is Tanushree from Donmore 24 Sports. I'm satisfied with the players playing in the ISL.
I'm very, very satisfied. And for us, it's a dream to, with one game remaining, being in the position that we are. All the teams depend on us, and we depend on us. So we are in a position that if we win against Intercash on Thursday, I don't believe that Mohun Bagan is going to score 7 or 8 goals. That is very difficult. It's true that still we are having a goal difference of 5 over them. But if we win the game, they have to score 7 goals. So it's going to be difficult for them. And we are going to only watch ourselves, take the best from this game, give continuity to the game that we play today, trying to convert the chances. And if we do that, the fight is going to be close to this result.
My last 2 questions. I could show the intention is not to make you emotional when one game is still pending. But you know, when you joined the club, you had no fair share of criticism, heard that you. But throughout the season, this season in particular, you sort of seen the extreme of calm and poise. And now East Bengal is on the verge of being the champions of India for the first time in over 2 decades, which is an incredible achievement that happened. When you look back on the season, what is it about your particular performance that you will cherish the most about how you sort of managed yourself throughout the season, despite everything that was thrown?
The history of this club is a history of fight, of resilience, of endurance, of problems, of overcoming, of criticism. All of us, not only me, the players, the management, there is always reasons to criticize everybody, and it should be smart. I already say that we need to say something in the club. I'm not going to come to this because it was already said, and the reality that what I think today is that finally, I think that all the family of this club was united. The management, investor, players, coaches, and the staff. There is only one mission, and the mission is to win the game on Thursday, and let's see finally this Bengal, everybody can be in the same page, because this club was struggling for years, finding problems even when there are no problems, but we want to close this book, open a new book with a bright future.
Last question, yeah. Shiva from what newspaper. Taking team from your concern, as you said, everything depends on your team. So just before the last match, what's your message for fans?
Let's see what happened in the last game. It's going to be in Bharati. This is the way in. I don't know how it's going to be the distribution of tickets because it's Intercash again. But I hope that they open the stadium to all the East Bengal fans. Today, the atmosphere was for all of us professionals something huge. It's beautiful to play this kind of games, and in Kishore Bharati, there are going to be less numbers, but probably more noise. So we want them to be with us. It's a smaller stadium, but it is a stadium that has a particular atmosphere, and it's also in the area where more East Bengal fans are in the city. So we are excited to play there, and we could not win the title here in Salt Lake as we wanted, but I hope that next Thursday we are up to the mark of close this year that was very long, very tough, but it can finish with the realization of our goal. Thank you very much.
Hi, Coach. So my question is, just now Oscar said that he had the plan to stop you from building up from the back and make you suffer at the back and go long. So did you recognize the problem and try to change it? Yeah, Oscar said that he had the plan to make you stop from playing out from the back, so and make you go long. So did you recognize the problem that you had in such problem by building up?
I don't think so. He has a plan, we have a plan. I think our plan works. I think we have chances. We are starting very well. I think maybe it was a very good day for both teams. I think they played well also. But maybe we deserve a little bit more. No? This is my feeling as a coach. I want to watch the game again. But my feeling now, if I need to answer to you, our plan worked well, and we had our chances to win the game. But it wasn't possible. I think it was more than our mistakes than maybe the plan of our opponent. With maximum respect, no? If we scored the last goal with Maka, we are speaking about another thing, and the plan doesn't work in one action. No, I don't think so. I think was more than our mistakes than maybe the plan of our opponent don't allow to us to win.
And now the situation is only depend on the goal difference. Though you won the last match, you need to win a big match. How confident you are to do this?
This is not only a question. They need to win, and we need to win. If they are not winning, the goal difference doesn't matter, because finally we are champions in this scenario. No? The second scenario is the goal difference. What we need to do is fight in the air and believe this is the situation. It's not in our hands. It is not the scenario, the ideal scenario we wanted, but we have our options and we are going to fight in the end. We need to believe because it's possible.
Coach, today you started with only 3 foreigners. What's the reason behind this?
Because I thought this is the best first 11 to play against Sri Lanka.
Coach, I'm also but one thing is that as you have mentioned that okay, you actually did some mistake, but not that type of that. You don't depend on their actual strategy. But one thing is that don't you think that in the very beginning actually you got to clear 2 chances. Could have been actually that it could have slipped from your hands actually. And I think that as the match was ending up actually, that time you put 2 Indian defenders to get the goal actually at that time. But that time you concede. So do you think that kind of thing actually you have taken some bit of risk to win the game?
In the moment I decide this is because we need to take the risk, we need to win again. And finally, when you are doing this kind of substitutions, you know this kind of situations can happen. You can concede, you can score. The game in this moment is very open. Both teams they are broken. Practically, you have the chances in the opposite side and the chances you are playing box to box. I think in this moment, for us, we need to win. We know we can concede, but my thoughts in this moment doing this is we can score. We can score 1 goal, and also we score, and we had the chance to score the second one in the last moment. It's normal. It's normal because with this kind of substitutions, this formation, this plan, at the end of the game, you are playing again very open, and these kind of situations can happen.
Hi, Coach Shine from ISL News. Firstly, I would like to congratulate to you, and I said to Oscar also, it was one of the best games which we have seen in recent past in Indian football, end-to-end game. And one more question to you would be, don't you think in the first half itself you would have killed the game because you had some clear chances, which I think you guys missed, and which cost you the lost 2 points from in this game? Don't you think?
I don't. Maybe there is I thank you for the congratulations because I think today was a good game. East Bengal also play a very good game. I think we find trying our best. And I don't think there are only one key point to lose 2 points. I think in the first half, the ambition of the players, how to manage the game, how we start the game was very good. But with one mistake, losing one ball in the action, you are putting the opponent on the game. Because in this moment, maybe the feeling in the stadium is Mohun Bagan is stronger, they are going in the game, they have chances, but with our mistake, we are giving the chance to the opponent to come back to the game. But finally, we need to think about this, we need to try to put the focus in the next one, and we need to win because it's in our hands, but it's very difficult because to be in our hands means we need to win the next game with a big difference, and we are going to face a very good team because I think Delhi is a very good team, they play very good football, and will not be easy, but let's see what happens.
Coach, what is the status of Cummins? We saw him limping while leaving the ground. He has much, so the little time to recover for the next game.
I don't think so. He has to be the substitution during the game. I don't think I cannot do the substitution because we made the substitutions. Let's see what happened tomorrow. Tomorrow was the progress, but now the injury seems is serious. But let's see. I don't know. We will check with the medical staff.
Before the next do or die, what will be your message to your footballers? Before the do or die in the last game, what will be your message to your footballers?
For our players, we need to believe. We need to believe because we can go and win more. The opponent need to win against opponent we didn't win in our home, and we need to believe in the end. When you have options, you cannot go down. You need to continue working. The message is to be ambitious in the last game and try to do our shot, and let's see what happens.
Like Oscar was said just before that today's game is one of the best derby he has played. It is the open football, and we say it's a world-class derby today. So are you agree?
I agree. Was one of the best games for different reasons. No? First of all, more than speak about football, the environment, the stadium, a derby, you are playing for to win the trophy. And I think we play football. Finally, there are no speculation. Both of us wanted to win the game, and I think I agree with them. Maybe it's one of the best games I saw now in ISL.
Last question. Of course, you'll be disappointed with the points drop. But I just want to ask you, considering in the 85th minute and still your boys had the belief, because you keep repeating the word belief, they had the belief to come back and get that equalizer back. Going into the final game, do you think this goal will play a part in terms of building up confidence for the final game? And also on that goal specifically, it came from a corner, which hasn't been the strongest suit of Mohun Bagan. You haven't scored a lot from corners. So do you think those two particular aspects, goal in the 90th minute and that coming from a corner, it will be some sort of a relief?
Yeah, our set pieces is the first goal we are scoring in one corner. We miss to score more goals like this because finally small details can change everything. And I agree about I need to be proud of my players because in the most difficult moment of the game when we got one goal, the reaction was amazing. They continued fighting, they believed in the end, and we had our chance to win the game. This is important, no? Because finally the players are showing the mentality, the winning mentality they have. They continue working beginning, and we almost get what we did, but wasn't possible. And we need to do in the next game with the same attitude, with the same positive mentality.
Hello, coach. No doubt about that. In last 6 years is the most memorable turn. No question about it. But according to the performance of this match, who will disappoint you? Who will disappoint you the most? Because you have created lots of chances also.
I think, as always, to be more clinical in the last. This is we need to make better decisions in the last step, in the last pass. Even when we had clear chances, for me, are very clear chances. The last chance we missed. Being more clinical in the last step. If I need to ask to you about one thing, is this. To be more clinical in the last step and to keep the opponent scoring the chances we have.